Real Name of Africa and Its History, Alkebulan Explained Part 2. Thank you for sharing your positive and constructive criticism. Based on your feedback on the first video, The Real Name of Africa, this video is going to address the history of the term Alkebulan, when it was first used and how it came to the limelight. If you have not watched the first part, make sure you do so that you can get a proper context of this video. One of the most common questions you asked was, what is the real origin of the word Alkebulan? How could the term Alkebulan be used as a common term by over 2,000 indigenous tribes in Africa? Many scholars cite the term was first used by the Berbers. The Berbers are a diverse grouping of distinct ethnic groups indigenous to North Africa who predate the arrival of Arabs in the Arab migrations to the Maghreb. They are located in the northern region of Africa to this day. The Berbers are also believed to be connected to Atlantis and believed to be remnants of a very ancient people, the Atlanteans. It is said that Alkebulan is the cradle of humanity, and the inhabitants are the original ancestors of all humankind. The Almighty formed man from clay and placed him in the Garden of Eden, according to ancient manuscripts found in the Nile Valley, such as the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Alkebulan is referred to as the Garden of Eden. Alkebulan is regarded in the old African culture as a site of divine knowledge and power, serving as a symbol and a reminder of the divine origins of the African people. It serves as a reminder of their ties to the heavenly source of life and the spiritual realm. According to Cheikh Anta Diop, a Senegalese historian, the Kemetic or Alkebulan history of Africa leads one to believe that Alkebulan was once the name of the continent. The oldest and only word with indigenous roots is Alkebulan. Alkebulan refers to either the mother of humanity or the Garden of Eden. One thing you have to remember is that our ancestors had many names for their beloved continent, including Africa, such as Ethiopia, Ortygia, Corfu, Nubia, and Libya, among others. He continues, the word was commonly referred to by the Moors, Nubians, Numidians, Carthaginians, Libya, and also the Ethiopians. In scriptures, we often find the term the land of Ophir, Iphir, and Aphir in different texts. This could mean the word varied according to different translations, and as the alphabet changed, the languages also caught on. Before the scramble for Africa, we had several kingdoms throughout the continent with an established system of rulership that extended beyond the presently known countries. A typical example is the Songhai Empire, pronounced Songhai, which covered present-day a large area beyond the Niger Delta. That is Mali, Guinea, Benin, and Ivory Coast. It took over from the Mali Empire in the year 1240 to 1645 as the most important state in West Africa. We also had ancient Egypt, the Lower Nubian Empire, Ethiopia, the Buganda Kingdom, the Congo Kingdom, Zimbabwe, and the Southern African Empire. According to some contrasting views from certain African historians, the term Alkebulan has nothing to do with the continent of Africa. According to these academics, neither the name Alkebulan nor its meaning is of Arabic origin. They contend that the Arabic term Alkebulan does not yet exist. If you remove the prefix al, that leaves just the word Kebulan. Although the continent's history is well documented, debates about its original name and origin persists to this day. It is important to note that the word land for the blacks in Arabic is Bilad as Sudan and not Alkebulan. What are your opinions? Let me know in the comments section below. How could the term Alkebulan be used as a common term by over 2,000 indigenous tribes in Africa? One might wonder how various tribes came to agree upon using the term Alkebulan to refer to their shared homeland. While there may not be concrete documentation on the specific agreements made, historical records and anthropological studies shed light on the processes that likely took place. Firstly, it's important to recognize that Africa's vast expanse allowed for extensive cultural exchange and interaction between its inhabitants. Tribes would often engage in trade, diplomacy, and intermarriage, fostering connections and mutual understanding. Through these interactions, the concept of a united African identity could have gradually developed, leading to the adoption of a common term like Alkebulan. It is important to note that the usage and significance of the term Alkebulan varied among different tribes and regions of Africa. Just as with any cultural concept, interpretations and emphasis could differ slightly based on local traditions, languages, and historical experiences. However, the overarching theme of unity, respect for the land, and acknowledgement of shared history and heritage remained consistent. Additionally, many ancient African societies were deeply rooted in oral traditions. Stories, legends, and epic tales were passed down through generations, serving as a means of preserving history and cultural heritage. It is likely that the shared usage and understanding of Alkebulan as a cultural identifier were strengthened and reaffirmed through these oral traditions, giving it a solid foundation within African society. However, according to the findings of Dr. Ben Joshanan, the Alkebulan was first used by the Moors, Nubians, Numidians, and Ethiopians to refer to the part of the continent that they knew. It is important to note that several countries have recommended a name change. In 1999, some of the Nigerians proposed the renaming country to the United Alkebulan Republic. They voiced their opinions on important sections of the 1999 constitution they want modified, since the National Assembly's two chambers began holding zonal public hearings in advance of the document's Fifth Amendment. Tough decisions, including establishing a state, allowing voting by diaspora citizens, including a referendum in the constitution, and, shockingly, renaming the country the United African Republic, or the United Alkebulan Republic, meaning United Mother of Mankind. The proposal would, so the proponent claims, represent a fresh start both mentally and physically. In conclusion, the word Alkebulan holds deep historical and cultural significance within Africa. Its origins in the Berber language, its usage spanning centuries, and its acceptance by diverse African tribes all contribute to its importance. As a term that unifies and acknowledges the shared history and heritage of the continent, Alkebulan serves as a reminder of Africa's rich cultural tapestry and the interconnectedness of its people. Understanding the etymology and cultural context of Alkebulan allows us to appreciate the pride and unity it has instilled within African societies for generations. It is important to note that the continent of Africa is rising to be the next frontier in many spheres of life, such as economy, technology, and a cohesive society. We as a people should continue to do our part in the restoration process to make it a better place to live. Whichever word you choose to use in place of Africa should come from a place of a new beginning, aspiration for a better life, a sense of pride, and appreciation of our own cultural uniqueness. Tell us what you think in the comments section. We are interested in hearing your thoughts. Thank you for watching.